morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, before I forget, I just wanted to quickly show you some photos that Corey sent of his metal Yamato. And if you remember, about 2 months ago, I mailed that photo etch type kit to Corey, and it was all a bunch of flat pieces of metal. Well, they're not flat pieces of metal anymore. They're still metal though. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly run through them. If there's any particular shot that you want to see, press your space bar, and then you know how to do it. I think there's about a dozen of them or so. So let's just quickly run through those now. Congratulations, Corey. Nice job. I couldn't have done that. Now, next thing we want to talk about is the sunrise. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it happened, and you could sort of see it. Very hazy sunrise this morning. And I did go out for my bike ride. I saw the walkers, talked to them. You won't see them in today's episode because they just didn't happen to come by at the right time, and I don't want to be, focusing in on them every morning. Give them a little bit of privacy. I think I mentioned that before. Anyway, now speaking of bike ride, I got some pictures that somebody here, I believe they're in Windsor, they live in Windsor or somewhere around there, and they sent pictures of their bikes. I don't think I'm going to do this with my bike though, but it does look nice at night. They'll see you coming. Okay, thanks for the shots. Now, let's just sort of carry on here. Earlier this morning, I did give these parts here their second coat of black, and it looks like they're pretty much dry. And a moment ago I was thinking, okay, I guess the next thing we do now is we glue let me move this before I spill it. We're going to be gluing our funnel cap on 90 degrees wrong, but we're going to glue it onto the top of this part here. And then I was thinking, if I didn't glue the funnel cap on now, this would be a lot easier to mask. Yeah, and then spray it with the 19, and then glue the black funnel cap on. Wrong. I can't get over that. I just can't believe I put it on 90 degrees the wrong way. Well, like I said, I think it was in yesterday's video, I said it's too bad that when they built that ship that they didn't put it on the right way so that it would match up with what I've got. Does that make any sense? Okay, let's sort of carry on here today. I think I can't think of anything else that I want to mention here before we get going. Yeah, let's see if we can do a little bit, try and have most of today's video about the model ship and not about a bike ride. But that was fun. That was fun. I'm really having a good time with that thing. And I haven't fallen off it yet. Well, you'll know it when I fall down, because there probably won't be an episode that day. There's a lot of stuff in the news lately about old people falling down. I shouldn't laugh, he could have got hurt. Anyway, let's carry on. It seems that I spend 10 minutes talking about what should I do and the process and everything, and only maybe 1 minute of actual videoing myself doing it. However, I know that we're up here right now, and you know, we're talking about masking this. But I only just painted the second coat on not that long ago, and I'd like to give the paint a little bit more chance to dry before I start sticking masking tape across the top. Because it'll, if it's, well, obviously I don't have to say because of. Anyway, okay, here's my thinking on this. We were thinking of maybe putting this in place now. Now would be a good time to maybe put it on while it's nice and easy to handle and everything. However, let's get this out of the way here. We have to put on piece R11 here, and R11, if it goes in place, I haven't even got it yet. Don't know exactly what it looks like, except, well, I guess I do. I got the picture, but I mean, when this part goes down on here, if we have this very delicate piece of photo etch stuck in place, and I don't know if you remember, but this part has the railing on it, and the railing, see if I can get it out here. Okay, and the railing is two parts. One goes around one side and it's already attached, which is nice. And I think the other went around the other side and I broke it off if I'm not mistaken. But I think we can get it back on. But they have, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a little part of like a railing for a ladder that goes down the side. And that, now let me just, how am I going to pick this up without bending it? I guess very gently, right? Okay, yeah, you can see it on this one here. Let's get something a bit, oh yeah, there, now you can see it. Yeah, if I hold it just right to the light, you can see it sort of glinting there, okay? So that part is going to go down onto the deck of our R11. And I'm thinking that maybe it's not a good idea to try and mount the railing now. Let's just get our R11 and put it in place. And I'm thinking again that maybe gluing it down before I paint it, though, is not a good idea, because we are going to want to paint the deck, the 77. At least I think we are. It might not be. That's what I'm going to do. Let's put it that way. It could be that it was a different color. It could have been sort of a brown battleship linoleum type stuff. I once worked in a place that had used battleship linoleum on their floor, and boy, that was tough stuff. Okay, let's just get our R11 here. Okay, here it is. We don't even need to look for the numbers. It's so obvious. But a moment ago I was looking at this. Was this supposed to be straight out, or did it maybe accidentally get bent a little bit? No, I think it's supposed to be like that, whatever it is. Probably a brace for something. Okay, I'm just going to quickly clean this up now. There we go. All right. So now then, I guess I can always put this blue tack back on. And this is going to go. Oh. Is there something that's supposed to go in right there? There doesn't appear to be. No, I guess this is also some sort of a deck as well, I guess. So I guess you step up to get onto this one. I don't know if it's that way on the real ship, but it's that way on the model, because this just won't go down anymore. Let's be careful now, don't go putting pressure on place. Oh, wait a minute. Here, my mistake. It does go down. Okay, I'll have to remember that now when I glue that then, that I have to you know, put plenty of glue right there so that it will stay stuck. Because yeah, this is probably supposed to be the same. Yeah, it is if I push down hard. Yeah, just a bit of a tight fit there. Okay. So what does that mean here now? I still think that I probably will be best off trying to put this part on after everything is put together. I'm pretty sure, in fact, it'll actually maybe be easier because this will all be the right height for working on, if you know what I mean. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this on afterwards. Maybe spray it a darker gray too, so it'll stand out. At least that's the plan right now. You know, I just don't know how things are going to go. I'm going to do my best. Okay. Now, earlier this morning, when I was painting the second coat on this, I was trying to remember why it was that I could recall thinking that these little funnels, these little, like this thing right here, there's 3 of them that go in these 3 holes, why it was that I had been thinking it would be a good idea to have them positioned differently. And I couldn't remember what it was, but I think maybe right now I'm thinking that possibly it has something to do with the fact when I put the masking tape on, they were kind of in the road. So I'm thinking that as well as this part going on later, these should go on later too. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Then I just need to take one flat piece of masking tape, put it over this, and just carefully cut around it to get so that I can spray up with it with the 19. It does seem to me that we did have a bit of a problem with the 19 getting in under the masking tape, or was it because we used a different type of masking tape? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to probably use the Tamiya, the whitest Tamiya I've got. I think I can probably get away with having 3 strips of it should completely cover it. And that Tamiya tape, as best I remember, is easy to remove off a painted surface. So, okay, let's do something here. Okay, if only this was about 2 millimeters wider, it'd be just right. Okay, now I'm gonna maybe put a new blade in my hobby knife and just cut very carefully all the way around the outside of that black ring. That's the plan. Okay, now I want to make sure I'm not going to scrape the side. So I keep it at an angle like this. Whoops. We are pulling loose with our blue tack here. I guess I didn't stick it back on good enough, did I? No. I don't want to mark up the side, even though it's not painted yet. Wonder if there's something I can do here. Oops. Sorry to be getting my hands in your way here. But I just can only bend certain ways. Okay. I guess that's all right. I can just leave that like that and I'll peel it off later. Maybe I don't need to pull it with the tweezers. As long as I don't pull up on it. Well, where are they? There we go. This was going good at the beginning, wasn't it? Now I'm starting to have all kinds of little difficulties. Now don't go cutting yourself, Ron. Did I cut it here? I don't think so. I don't think I've got it there. Oh yeah, I did. Well, it's just one little place there, or is it all off now? I guess when I tried to put it back onto the block with the blue tack, I squashed it up against the side of the funnel. Yeah, this should all be coming off here. Come on. Whoops. Okay, now I realize that what's going to happen is when I spray the side, it's I'm obviously I'm going to have to touch up with both the black and with the 19. It seems to me I have to do that on the other funnel too. So okay, I've managed to get this all trimmed up pretty good and not collapse the piece of masking tape inside. So let's just carefully put this off somewhere where I'm not going to wreck it. Now, we have to put on 4 more pieces, a couple of R10s and a couple of H18s. And I'm thinking that possibly they should go on after everything is painted as well, even though I know I'm going to want to have the splinter rail on these pieces painted the 19, the same as I will be these. But the deck part of these pieces will be the 77, which is what this is. So let's just get these pieces and take a look at them. But I think that in all likelihood they should go on after this superstructure is painted the 19. Now this is just my opinion. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. So if you happen to be doing this particular ship and you're maybe following along with me, I don't know, and you think, gee, I wouldn't do it like that. Well, do it your way, because like I say, I could be wrong. Anyway, let's get them. H18, R10. Okay, we are experiencing some very warm weather here lately. As I've said before, we go from one extreme to another. 36.9 in the shade. At least that's what it was last time I looked. Let's move in a little bit here. Now, change in plans. I think these ones here, I'm just going to stick them on the side. They just go like, where is it? I guess it'd be up here. I think that's where it goes, yeah. Okay, they go like that on each side. But these ones here, I made the mistake of painting the edge of this because I had originally thought that somehow these stuck onto the side of the superstructure, but they don't. They actually get glued in like this, I think. Yeah, they get glued in like that. I don't know why they didn't just make this, these pieces all just one piece, but maybe it had something to do with the molding, and it just couldn't be done. Yeah, I guess it'd be hard maybe to get detail on one side and the other side at the same time when they sort of splay out a little bit. Anyway, I probably not making too much sense here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very carefully just scrape that paint off so I have bare plastic to work with there. And yeah, I'm going to glue these pieces onto here. I'm pretty sure we can, yeah, we should be able to slide this piece into place if these are glued on. I can't see any reason that it won't go. So let's do that. We still have a little bit of time here this afternoon, but not much. Okay, got a piece of glass here, and I've scraped the edges with the hobby knife. You can see I kind of got the paint removed from the edge so that when we get these parts in place, we're going to have plastic to plastic instead of plastic to paint. I think that's going to be a lot better. And the reason I'm using a piece of glass is because I do not think that the extra thin the molten extra thin will stick to the glass. I think we can probably take a razor blade or something and get it underneath. After all, the underside of this thing is not going to be seen anyway. And as luck would have it, it's perfectly flat. So I should be able to, have a very flush fit right there. At least that's my thinking. Now, let's just get our extra thin going. I think probably the quick setting will be all right. And we'll soon know. Okay. Now I'm going to want it to just sort of wick in that crack, so I'll just spread it out just a little bit. Okay, now let's just push these down flat on the glass and push them together. We might even see some melding going on, but I don't think so much with the quick setting. Yeah, the quick setting doesn't. I can feel it on the making a mess on the glass. Oh yeah, you can see it. Well, we'll get that off. Don't worry. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. Maybe on the other side, I won't put on quite so much. I do believe that's gone down in the crack. I'll just put a little pressure on there, and at least they're going to glue together flush. That's the whole idea. Okay. Now this should just scrape right off. Okay, obviously now I'm gonna have to repaint, but that's all right. I wish I had thought of that, a couple or 3 days ago before I painted this thing, because it would have been a lot easier to do it all at the same time, obviously. Okay. Oh my, 37.3. Oh, it just went down with 37.2. Well, at least it's cooling down, right? All right, we might be setting a record for today. Let's not be talking about the weather. Okay, I'll be probably painting this a little later. I'll most likely be doing it offline. And the reason I'm not painting this part here is, and I'm just going to glue it on, is because you can't really see down inside there anyway that it won't be painted to 77, the same as this. And there is going to be a piece going in there that is going to be dark in nature. So, you know, the better things contrast, the better I like it. Even if it is not exactly quite right. If it is, in other words, I've got the wrong shade of gray. Okay, I'm going to be calling her quits for today, folks. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.